Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Propagandacast. Lehr with me, your host, Imperial Dane, Master of Instruction. We are continuing here, of course, rolling through the British units, as, of course, they are here. And we are going off now here to the Royal Engineers, the Sappers, available to the British from the second tier at a 210 manpower, which puts them just above the Pioneers in sort of cost, but certainly in terms of what they can do compared to the Pioneers, they do have a lot more in some senses. They lack flamethrowers, but that's about it really. Comparatively, they offer a lot more, including the very unique ability of destroy cover, which allows to clear out wire and most other cover for free. And in theory, if enemy infantry caught up in it, it can also hurt them, though. Obviously, that's not quite as functional there, and it requires basically opponents to run specifically into it. So, I mean, that's a little caveat there. Otherwise, they will, of course, have the hazard removal package, so you can deal with stuff like that, mines and the likes. And they'll actually a decent, close quarters unit. They have a submachine gun. They'll perform better than the Pioneers. Though, of course, they won't necessarily be able to outperform Sturm Pioneers, but again, they can do quite decently. Veterancy bonus also isn't right. In fact, they got a rather unique veterancy bonus. They actually get better in cover with it. They basically get the bonus the infantry has, which basically means once they're in cover, they'll actually perform rather well, including with any support weapons they may have had. Piets, Bren guns, Vickers Ks, any dropped MG42s or MG34s from the enemy. Other any of those they get, they'll perform a lot better with them. In that sense, I mean, there's really a lot more to them than most other engineer units. I mean, Veteran 2, they'll sort of get bonuses there, like to construct and repair, nothing too unusual there. Veteran 3, though, is really where, again, things get rather unique. I mean, not only Veteran 1 does it get that kind of bonus, which really makes them sort of the best of those, cheaper engineering units, but Veteran 3, they become cheaper to reinforce. That's a huge bonus as well. I mean, that can make a difference, particularly in a prolonged game, sort of an elite unit or highly veteran unit. You can actually reinforce for a notably lower cost than normal. That makes a large difference, for example, in sort of longer attritional matches. You're certainly not going to be hurt so well when all of a sudden you're paying more close to the price of Ostroben than British infantry. Which does strike one as a bit peculiar, but there you go. That's a big one there. On top of that, and of course, they also benefit from the bolster infantry sections upgrade. Which basically means, they can become tougher just in terms of size there, as a sort of a small assault unit again. I mean, they're not going to really outdo the heavy assault units, but they can do pretty well again at Veterans 1. Throw on again the extra size there, and they can become even tougher, harder to deal with. Throw on some weapons, Veterans 1, and again, they'll be really nasty. I mean, these are sort of an engineering that scales incredibly well in many senses, which certainly can make them a lot harder to deal with once they hit Veterancy. And that's just, basically as it is, raw. I mean, on top of that, if you then sort of go for the company command post, go for the annual specialization, then you get the option to upgrade them to heavy engineers, which basically confers a larger series of bonuses to them. At the moment, you can do it for free, but I'd be surprised if that keeps up, because it's a damn good upgrade, because it rather, again, does something highly unique. It basically gives them a free weapon, and it's the Vickers K, which performs quite well for machine gun info, and the other bonus there again, rather than nasty weapon, makes repair faster, do stuff faster. I believe they also become tougher, actually. I remember they get actually an armor bonus or something, which is rather peculiar, because that means that I think they do better than shock troopers in terms of they become tougher than those, which makes zero sense, but I imagine that'll be removed, so hopefully in the future that shouldn't be the case. But even then, it's a pretty good upgrade. I mean, free machine guns, a lot of bonuses. I mean, they become slow as well, but for free, again, a 5-man squad Vickers K, you can still throw other weapons on them. And all the other bonuses, I mean, sappers can really become some mean bastards. I mean, you can't just sort of fully rely on them, but they're definitely not to be messed with once, they gain, proper levels of veterans and some guns. Then you definitely should not be taking them lightly, and that's sort of the more of what I'm doing. And again, in terms of, once they hit veteran fleet, they're going to be rather difficult to compete with, because, again, they're just so much cheaper to reinforce. I mean, any engagement with them, you really need to do a lot more damage to them than they do to you. Otherwise, you're basically going to be losing manpower on them, which is also to the advantage of the British player in those cases. Thrown again there, they build the emplacement, there's buffers, mortar emplacements, 17-pounder guns. Of course, that is a little bit vital. Again, they will probably target it because of that. I mean, generally, you want to deal with them, particularly if they're repairing stuff. Knock them out, kill them, end them, so on, so on. But again, very versatile engineer unit that can do quite a few things there with a simple upgrade. And again, thanks to how the British upgrade, again, they can be upgraded with Bren guns or Pierce, whatever you need, or even Vickers case if you go for the Special Weapons Regiment. So there's rather a lot there to work with when it comes to your sappers as the British. In that sense, again, they are a very versatile and cheap unit, which, again, once you've hit tier 3 and got the, say, anvil upgrade, if you go for that one again, if you go for that hammer, you're quite, of course, going to get quite those bones, but still, I mean, they'll be pretty nasty. If you go for hammer, again, just throw some guns on them, bolster them, and again, get some vengeance, and again, they'll be really, you know, tricky for your opponent to deal with. I mean, they're lackeys, again, they don't have flamethrowers or deal with units in sort of dark game, but that's where they either get universal care, mortars, or something else, and good lord, huge explosion there, but I think that sort of rather covers this happens. Again, there's sort of assault units, the general rules apply, you know, use cover to advance, try not always sort of just run straight down, focus on the line, use cover, try to stay out of line of sight until you sort of get close to shoot up. And of course, with these wanted veterans one, again, you really want to use cover because, again, they get bonuses in there. Of course, you also want to get them close since they are wielding submachine guns, medium to long range. You're going to lose out in most cases, unless, of course, you got them really decked out with machine guns, in which case, of course, they might actually do rather well. So that's, I think, sort of overall covers sort of how to get the most out of the Royal Engineers. But again, a unit capable of doing a lot. Basically, as an assault unit, can build stuff, repair stuff. I mean, overall, pretty solid. And generally, I mean, you probably at least want to get 2 of them, again, because, again, you can repair fast with 2. But again, if you go for 3, you're not going to be hurt, really, as the British. You're not going to be hurt. It's not going to be punished, particularly if you hit veteran 3. I mean, the manpower drain, and then having these 3 sapper sections is going to be negligible. Plus, the benefits is going to be much larger. So, I mean, yeah. There's a lot there, and again, as a German, you might just want to get them killed as quickly as possible. Because, again, I mean, they're not going to become monsters at Veteran 3. They're just going to become a really nasty thorn in your side. So that's a little detail there to keep in mind. And again, I wouldn't be surprised if the Heavy Engineers upgrade might receive a few nerfs in the near future. I'd be very surprised if that didn't happen. But there you go. Even then, you know, even if it gets nerfed, it'll still be a rather good upgrade, I'm pretty confident in. So there you go. Hopefully this has been enlightening course for you, getting you some better ideas of how to use the sappers, how to get the most out of them, of course perhaps a bit how to deal with them. Again, they're infantry. And again, in this case, you've got assault rifle units, you know, engage from range. I mean, you don't want to run up to them, you just want to shoot them down, you want them to come to you and take a lot of damage. Again, that is also saying to the weakness. Again, they are assault units, let's of course do pour a lot of munitions to get them further, you know, range power. You know, there's going to be some tricks there. But anyways, this has hopefully given you a bit better tools how to use them and fight against them. If you did, you know, feel free to follow, subscribe, share with your friends. You know, the more that view this, the better. For me, of course, as well. So, you know, that means more subscribers, fans, more to see. Then again, that sort of blooms out. So also be sure to like the video. Those things also help. So thank you all, and hope to see you another time. Bye.